You must be living under a rock right now if you were unaware that the Saudi royal family is the wealthiest in the world. Not to be disrespectful. The wealth of the Saudi royal family is beyond the reach of the average person, as seen by their sponsorship of pricey football clubs and their exceptional ownership of luxury mansions. Do you still not believe me? The wealthiest family in the world, the Saudi royal family, is introduced to you in this video. The past. The Sheikhdom of Diriyah, a pivotal period in the family's ascent to power, marks the beginning of the Saudi royal family's history. The House of Saud's foundation was established during this period, laying the groundwork for their eventual supremacy over the Arabian Peninsula. The family patriarch, Mohammed bin Saud, founded the Sheikhdom of Diriyah in the late 1700s. The first step toward the unity of the divided Arabian tribes under the House of Saud's leadership was this. A dynamic and aspirational king, Mohammed bin Saud aimed to unite the Arab world and increase his power. The Sheikhdom of Diriyah flourished under Mohammed bin Saud's guidance. The family forged partnerships with Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab's strong and significant Wahhabi religious movement. One of the key elements in the House of Saud's ascent to power would be their affiliation with the Wahhabi movement. The next stage of the House of Saud's history was the Emirate of Diriyah. Abdulaziz I, the son of Mohammed bin Saud, carried on his father's development and consolidation efforts with the backing of the Wahhabi religious movement. A strong leader, Abdulaziz I was renowned for his ability to create strategic alliances and use force. The holy towns of Mecca and Medina were among the several lands that Abdulaziz I successfully conquered during his rule from 1765 to 1803. Since the House of Saud's dominion went beyond Diriyah's borders, this was a crucial turning point in their history. The family's standing among the Arab tribes was further improved, and their religious validity was cemented with the conquest of Mecca and Medina. The Ottoman Empire, which aimed to keep control of the area, was threatened by the House of Saud's increasing strength and influence. The Ottomans began a campaign to destroy the House of Saud and the Wahhabi religious movement because they were concerned about the Saudis' ascent and their partnership with the movement. The Emirate of Diriyah was abolished in 1818 when the Ottoman Empire, assisted by the Viceroy of Egypt, conquered the Saudis. The area returned to Ottoman rule after the House of Saud was forced into exile. The tenacity and fortitude of the House of Saud would not be diminished in spite of this setback. The family went into hiding in order to wait for a chance to regain their position of authority. They had no idea that their exile would only last a short while, and that a new era in their history was about to begin. The House of Saud had to endure a time of uncertainty and exile following the collapse of the Emirate of Diriyah. They were steadfast in their resolve to regain control and create a single Arab state, nevertheless. As a result, the Emirate of Najd came into being, marking an important turning point in the Saudi royal family's history. The House of Saud reorganized and started their attempt to retake power under the direction of Muhammad ibn Saud's grandson, Turki bin Abdullah. A charming and astute leader, Turki bin Abdullah aimed to bring the Arabian tribes back together under the House of Saud. With Riyadh serving as the capital of the newly established Emirate of Najd, the House of Saud was firmly established as the governing dynasty in 1932 when Abdulaziz ibn Saud formally announced the creation of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. As the first monarch of Saudi Arabia, he set out to modernize the nation and advance economic growth. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has seen tremendous expansion and change under the rule of succeeding monarchs, such as Saud II, Faisal, Khalid, Fahd, Abdullah, and King Salman at the present day. The social, political, and economic climate of the nation has been significantly shaped by the House of Saud. The House of Saud entered a new era with the founding of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, evolving from regional leaders to major participants on the world stage. The family's enormous fortune, which comes from their investments in Saudi Aramco and their immense fossil fuel reserves, has strengthened their position as a major player in the global economy. Who is the royal family's leader? But King Salman bin Abdulaziz is the head of the Saudi royal family. Because of his father's advanced age, he nominated Mohammed bin Salman as the crown prince, who who essentially governs the nation. His biography starts on August 31, 1985, when he was born into the esteemed Saudi royal family. He's shown an early interest in politics and a remarkable capacity to interact with high-ranking officials. Mohammed's enthusiasm for politics only grew stronger as he grew older. He studied at King Saud University and graduated in 2007 with a bachelor's degree in law. Equipped with his newly acquired knowledge, Mohammed quickly made his imprint on the world. He started a number of businesses and even a nonprofit that aims to encourage entrepreneurship in Saudi Arabia. However, Mohammed's path took a dramatic change in 2009. His father, King Salman bin Abdulaziz, who was the ruler of Riyadh at the time, appointed him as an official advisor. Nobody could have predicted that Mohammed's quick ascent to prominence would begin with this position. Tragic events befell the royal family in 2015 as Salman succeeded to the throne following the death of King Abdullah. King Salman used his newfound authority to designate Mohammed as the defense minister and give him charge of defending the realm. Mohammed initiated Operation Decisive Storm, a forceful military involvement in Yemen's civil conflict while serving as defense minister. Supporting the Yemeni government in its fight against the Houthi insurgency was the aim. But in spite of the good intentions, the effort failed to accomplish its objectives and instead caused a catastrophic humanitarian crisis. Mohammed, however, had further goals in mind. He was also granted authority over the Council of Economic and Developmental Affairs and the state oil corporation, Aramco. With these roles, he sought to implement the Vision 2030 strategy to draw in international investment and prepare Aramco for an IPO. Mohammed was named Crown Prince in 2017 in honor of his outstanding leadership and tenacity. This was a pivotal moment in his career, since he immediately set out to pursue his objectives with unyielding resolve. Mohammed's activities were audacious and divisive, ranging from leading a blockade against Qatar to enacting social reforms in Saudi Arabia. In addition to granting women the ability to drive and attend sporting events, he also repealed the prohibition on movie theaters, allowing entertainment to thrive. Many, however, questioned whether these reforms were driven by a sincere desire for freedom or only for financial benefit, and they were greeted with mistrust. When Mohammed was accused of ordering the extrajudicial execution of journalist Jamal Khashoggi in 2018, his reputation overseas suffered a serious blow. The Saudi royal family avoided taking responsibility for the occurrence, despite the fact that the deed was denounced by the international community. Mohammed kept strengthening his position of authority in spite of the dispute. Mohammed, however, had further aspirations on the global stage. His unexpected proposal to normalize relations with Israel garnered media attention. He demanded U.S. pledges to Saudi security and nuclear technology development. Therefore, this offer was conditional. Even while these global events were noteworthy, Mohammed's economic blueprint for Saudi Arabia was just as revolutionary. With his ambitious Vision 2030 plan, he sought to diversify the kingdom's economy and lessen its reliance on oil. Mohammed aimed to establish a flourishing private sector, encourage entrepreneurship, and draw in foreign investment under this plan. Their influence is genuinely worldwide, ranging from supporting popular Hollywood films to owning upscale real estate in Paris and London. The Saudi royal family's remarkable collection of lavish residences worldwide is a perfect example of their extravagant lifestyle. Their real estate holdings, which range from opulent residences in Europe and the US to expansive palaces in Riyadh, are truly remarkable. Their enormous riches and power are symbolized by these properties. The Saudi royal family doesn't cut any corners when it comes to travel. The largest passenger plane in the world, the Airbus A380, is part of their fleet of private jets. These aircraft have opulent interiors with gold accents and opulent amenities. They also own a number of opulent ships that enable them to partake in the most upscale boating adventures. The oil industry is just one aspect of the Saudi royal family's vast corporate empire. Their interests are spread across a number of industries, including as entertainment, telecommunications, and banking. They own shares in multinational companies like Citigroup, Twitter, and Euro Disney through their holding company, Kingdom Holding Company. Their enormous wealth has been further enhanced by these ventures. We have now reached the conclusion of this video. We hope that was enjoyable. Please like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.